Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ahauldri Show. Today on the Ahauldri Show, I have a special guest or guest speakers tonight. It's historical for the Ahauldri Show because we've always interviewed singles, but today we actually have our first network marketing successful couple. I'd like to introduce you guys to Nathalie and Hugh Villeneuve. Welcome, guys, to the Ahauldri Show.
Hi guys.
Hello everyone.
Nice to be here.
You guys, awesome. I cannot believe that you guys actually work together. And I've got some questions for you guys. So here's how this is going to go. You don't know the answer to these questions because I've never even pre-qualified you yet with these questions. So just answer them as honestly as possible and just keep it short and sweet, okay?
No problem.
Awesome. So here we go. What was your reason, the both of you, for getting involved in a joint business together as a couple?
Well, because I first started the business, I'm going to answer that first. I got my son. My son was born in 1997, and when being at home with your baby and just going through like being a young mom and everything like that, that's something I just cherish and I love so much. Now, we were introduced with something similar to network marketing, but it wasn't quite that before. But I knew that, when I saw the possibilities, that it was definitely something I wanted to look into. So when my son was 2 years old, we were offered a really great opportunity, and I just felt it was right. I just felt it was going to be it.
And on my side, I was a little bit more careful or doubtful, but I always supported Natalie in everything she started. I think that if she see an opportunity somewhere and she wanted to do something and wanted to work from home, because I always thought that working from home was really the way to go, be home, and the freedom that comes with it too. So I decided to just at the beginning support her. And here I am working with her, and we love it, and we still have fun doing it. That's one of the main important things.
Awesome. Well, very good answer. Awesome. So, Hugh, I'm going to ask you this question. How did you get involved in network marketing, and especially with your wife? Because you know how it is when it comes to spouse. It's hard for them to ask their husbands to join them. So how was it with your reaction when Natalie says, Hugh, come join me in this business?
You know, it really at the beginning was more like, okay, I'll support you and I'll see how it goes. And like every husband, I would come home and say, so, how was your day? So, and I was working, and you know what? It really, working from home always been something that attracted me, but I was more the corporate side of working, having a job. But, and at one point she said, you know what? Stop asking me how it goes. When it goes well, I'll tell you. When it doesn't, I'll tell you. And that's one of the line that we decided to draw. And I started respecting what she was doing, and I started to also look into what she was doing instead of asking for results. Be patient. And that really, after I started looking at what she was doing, understanding what she was doing, I was drawn. I was drawn not only to the business, but to the people that does that, the mentality of people that work in in online marketing, in multi-level marketing. Just, I don't know, the energy is so great that I was totally drawn to do it with her, and that's how it started.
Awesome. Wow. So what has been the biggest challenge for each of you working together as a couple in the business, working from home?
For me, it's been taking positive criticism. I don't know where it started. Probably when I was very little, but I would do something and think it was pretty great, but I thought I was really open to Hugh commenting and kind of suggesting to do a certain thing, and not like kind of add his little grain of salt. And I don't know.
A big grain of salt.
But for me, yeah, just like yeah, listening to is positive criticism, because I got better. Let's just say.
And I'll be short on that. I think that one of the main, the main recipe for success at working as a couple, stop telling each other what to do, and just see what you can do to bring the business better. Really, stop just, oh, you should do this, and you should do that, or you should go there, and you should talk to that person, and you should make that call, and just stop that and look at, okay, what can I do today to make business better?
Wow, I love the support you guys are showing here. This is amazing. Definitely, a lot of people are going to resonate with what you just said. Okay, so now how do each of you separate your daily business tasks, and do you do it together, or do each of you have your own strength that you actually do throughout the day?
Yeah, well, personally, I'm full time. I'm from morning till pretty much the kids. When the kids come home, I have like my little ritual. Let's say that's going to be like my full development, and then I create my content, post everything, get really technical. No, just kidding. Have fun with it, and then get in touch with some people in the early afternoon. It's kind of a natural. Process. It's a process that's really natural right now because I've been doing it for so long. But I definitely always have time for my kids. When they come home, it's like we stop everything and I put my mom hat on.
And for me, I'm more the technical guy. I mean, and I don't want people to get confused. As a couple, when you work together, you don't need to have one that is the social one and one that is the technical one. Because what we try to do is she look at what I'm doing and she learn what I'm doing and I learn what she's doing, and we try to work it out, find our strengths and work on our strength, and whatever weakness we have, if the other one is a strength, then we try to learn it. And as a couple, one of the great way to work is to sit down and say, okay, what am I good at? And then start talking about it and start building a plan. And in order not to get on each other's nerve and to be able to work as a couple, but as a team. You're a couple in real life. When it comes to business, you're a team. And you have to treat it as a team and try to do everything possible to make it work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it takes two to mastermind. It takes a team of two to mastermind, and that's where you start. That's definitely.
Yeah, we just decided to separate the couple part and the business part, so we don't get too emotional when we have criticism, or when there's so many things that sometimes get mixed, and it needs to draw a line and be able to make the difference.
Wow, that's excellent advice. I mean, that's even helping me now that I'm thinking about it. That's definitely something that I can actually go through, because with me and Rich, we work together as well in our own home. And it's times where we do go at each other sometimes, but you know what? We do work as a team. We know what needs to get done, and we get it done together. So I love that about you too. Now, how do you balance your partnership, your marriage, and your family? Because both of you guys are working.
Recently, I gotta say this. Recently, we sat down, the whole family, and wrote our family mission statement. Um, our kids are a little bit older now. We have a 16-year-old and Megan's 12. They're old enough to understand that mommy and daddy have a business. They're our parents, yes, and we're gonna have a family time, but they're also independent, and communicating and sitting together and really assessing explaining to them why we're doing this, why we're away a little bit more, or why certain things have to be a certain way. If they understand why and they participate, and we wrote that mission statement together, it's on the dining room wall, and they read it a couple times a week. It's wonderful, and it's something you can add to.
Yeah, and
so
we have a lot of family meetings.
Yeah.
Explaining what's going on, and kids really understand well if you sit down with them. And sometimes, and we also read a lot of personal development books, and not that's something I need to say, because reading is not enough. You need to practice it to really, like, we didn't invent the mission statement. We just read it in the book and it makes sense. But now, when you see that it makes sense, if you put the book aside, that's it. It's not gonna happen. And we decided to sit down. Natalie, she's the tough one for those kind of things, believe me. When she has something in her
Come
mind.
on, everybody, meeting.
Yeah.
It's got to be a win-win situation for everybody. Always a win.
Yeah, but she actually grabbed us all and said, sit down. And at the beginning was a little hard with the kids because they didn't understand why we were doing it. And they participated so well when it was started. At the end, everybody was happy.
Yeah.
And if you do that, I mean, you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. It works.
Yeah, and to balance, real quick, we have our little games, little board games. We have a pool table. So, after dinner, instead of Hugh and I coming downstairs to start our, evening calls or whatever, we'll have a game of pool. We're going to play a game of Yahtzee together. Something quick, like not a game of Monopoly or anything like that, but half an hour, something quick, and just to gather around the table and have a conversation at the same time. It makes a whole difference. It's wonderful.
I don't think it's the length of time as much as the quality.
It really is.
That's all we actually try every day to, be successful.
It's not always perfect. I mean,
it's the best we can.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Exactly. Yeah. That's all you can do is, it's not perfect, but it is the best you can, and you have that balance with your kids. And, like you said, they're grown, so they understand that you guys are, working your business, and they're used to it, after all these years. And that's definitely going to hit it home with a lot of people who do have the children with them at the same time they're building a business. But I like what you said about having family time, the fun time, not just going right into the meeting, but you guys spend time together and play games and stuff like that. Yeah. Not just going right into the meeting. Hang on just a second. I think we have a little technical difficulty on your end. Yeah. Check your microphone just a little bit. Okay, say something because your video is kind of slowing down now.
Okay.
Let's see.
You're
gonna have to repeat what you just said, Hugh, because we kind of lost you there for a little bit, but that's okay.
Oops. Oh, is it better now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm sorry about that. So, what was I saying?
Sometimes I don't want to say it for you now.
Really just about the quality time that you spend with your kids. I mean, a lot of people would sometimes think that, you need to take a long vacation and a long weekend and do something extraordinary with your kids for them to remember. But if you think about yourself, you remember, a lot of time you remember the short period of time that you spend with your parents, like being with them, not what you were doing, just being with them. So if you spend a little amount of time, but often, it makes a big difference.
It really does.
Well, awesome. Wow. Okay, we're almost nearing the end, and this is what I call the bonus question. Every time I do these interviews, I learn so much, and I'm sure my viewers are learning so much. So this is really, really insightful and a learning experience. So I'm gonna start with Nathalie. Okay. I want to know, what would you say to the other new network marketing couples out there that are afraid to ask their husbands to join up with them in their business?
Well, first of all, don't be afraid. And you have to be patient with yourself. Be patient with your spouse's decision. It's not going to happen overnight. This is a new thing. You know each other as a couple. Now, for it to work as a business partner, you're going to have to learn new things about your partner. So have some dates, go out and go discuss business a little bit. Kind of look at it from a different perspective and go out and have dinner and say, this is going to be our our business meeting, or just like you would be meeting with with somebody that would join your business, and talk about business. Ask questions about how he views, how he would do things, and what kind of goals that he has, and just talk a lot, communicate, and be patient, because seriously, I mean, it's a whole new dynamic. You need to work it.
I'm just going to give a little curve to your question, because that's really something that come up a lot with couple that we work with, even with us at some point, the money aspect of the business. When you start a business, even if it's a business online or it's a business from home, and there's not that many expenses, but there will be expenses. And don't come home and ask your wife or your husband, oh, what is that? How much did you pay for that? When are you going to start making money with that? It's just so destructive as a question. You need to sit down and understand that even if it costs for people that invest thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to start their own business. Now you have the chance to start a business, work at it for a few $100s a month. Don't start being greedy and say, oh my God, $19.99, what is that? $20 here, what is that? Oh, you need to order product? What is that? No, you're building a business, and when you understand that, you leave them alone, give them a budget like any other business, and say, you know what, this is your budget, $500, $1,000, it doesn't matter. But start asking questions about the money. On the other side, the person who's developing the business shouldn't spend money without asking. Okay, sit down and say, you know what, I saw that tool, extraordinary tool. I think it could help my business. And that's what it costs. And show what it is. And make those decisions together, and stop just focusing on how much it costs. Start focusing on how much it's going to bring in the future. If it takes a year, if it takes 2 years, it's all right. It's great, as long as there's communication and people understand that it's a business and there's going to be some investment. This is going to work. I swear to you.
It's major. That's huge.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Wow, he's a wonderful man, girl. You landed you a good one. Okay, now Hugh, this is your question. What advice?
I thought you just answered.
Yeah, well, he answered your question, so he gave me an extra bonus, so go on, Hugh.
That's generous.
Here we go. Okay, what advice can you give to other men out there who have their wives or girlfriends just getting started?
What give them as an advice? Give them a break. Okay? Don't come home and say, you're just making friends on Facebook. No, they're building a relationship. Again, just be supportive. If you, let's say, don't have that would be there and ask them and see what they're doing. Ask them. Listen, really trying their best to do what's best for your family too. Okay? Maybe they need you to quit one job and come and only have one job, replace your income and have you more. Maybe they're trying to build salary. You can come home and be all the time with her or with him. So give them a break, trust them, and that's the main important thing. Trust, support. Really what I think is the most important in a couple.
Some roses once in a while. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, you guys, you work very well together. I appreciate you guys taking the time to come here and appear on the Ahauldri Show. You guys definitely answer these questions to the best of your knowledge, and that's all you can do. And you know what? You helped a lot of people today, especially all the questions that I've asked you. You pretty much hit on major points that people are dealing with, inside, that are afraid to ask. And that's what I like about you guys, that you actually touch on those points. And you guys have a website, right? What's your website, so we can put it here below for everybody?
Yeah, it's www.hugh, H-U-G-H, and Nathalie, Nathalie.com. And I also have my women's stuff on the side. It's www.women, that.connect.com.
Awesome. Now, before we go, what is it that you guys have planned for the year 2012?
My God, we have a lot of projects, but we do both. We actually try to create tools, create contents, and really bring our business to the next level. Try to generate income from different sources as much as possible, so you always have a continuous flow of money come your way.
Yeah, we love to innovate. So we have a few info products coming our way, and just building on network marketing and staying healthy and fit and traveling and spending some quality time with the family, and connecting with awesome people like you guys.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. Make a lot of friends.
Yes.
And build your business with relationship, and that's what we want to do. Have a lot of friends and invite them home and have big parties.
Yeah, I saw a video today, and this lady was saying, some people try to build their business and tell their partners what to do before connecting and really getting to know one another. It doesn't work that way. Build a relationship first, and then you do business together.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, guys, and we're definitely going to get that website up there so everybody can see it. Thank you so much, Hugh, for being here, and Natalie, you guys are great. You guys are so special. Thank you so much. This is one thing I have to say here about being on the Ahauldri Show. If you have a brand or business, if you're a network marketing couple just as great as Natalie and Hugh, definitely call me up. Let me know. Our number here at the show is 609-323-5500. And you like to be on the show, we'll definitely help you get promoted. We'll interview you just like we did with Natalie and Hugh, just to get your brand out there, because it's all about being self-branded and brand awareness. It really doesn't matter what kind of company you're in, is what kind of value you offer to help other people. Thank you so much for appearing on the Ahauldri Show. I'm your host, Anastasia Ahauldri, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Thanks
Bye,
for
guys.
having us.